Welcome back into the mid-Norfolk garden. We've got a really heavy ground frost here overnight, but it's going to be a beautiful day again. Sun's up, blue sky, got a heavy dew in the air. You can really hear the noise coming from the traffic doing the morning commute, which luckily I don't have to. But just look at these daffodils, they've taken a real pounding, covered in frost. Let's get a close-up, show you the detail. Just look at that ice formation along these things and on the flowers. Absolutely incredible. But these will fully recover later in the day. As the sun comes out onto them, the frost will go. I mean, they are nearly over now. We've been deadheading these for around a week. Still got some of the later varieties to come on. We're not letting these seed this year. We've decided last year we deadheaded everything. There's lots of young seedlings coming on which we just want to grow on in here. And we're really looking now for great flower every season, so we're going around and deadheading this entire orchard a little bit each day. And some mornings these fellas help with the deadheading by charging through the whole field of daffodils, and the stalks just go flying in those cases, but not a recommended way to deadhead your daffs. Best to do it with snips or your fingers. It's not going to be long now before this pear tree explodes into blossom. First ones are just budding up and opening. There's one almost open there in this morning's frost. Lovely little pink coloration on the buds. Oh, there goes another load of daffodils. She's come to join us. What's fully out in this morning's frost is this plum blossom on this little tree. I'm trying to remember what variety this is. I know it's not a Victoria. I think it's a Tsar from memory, although this has moved with us around 10 years ago. It was dug up as an established tree and came down here in a very large pot. It didn't like it very much. It's really stunted its growth and it's hardly put anything on. But then planting young trees in this orchard is really problematic because the soil beneath here is really compacted. I think it was an old tennis court at some stages. So it's not really topsoil at all and things struggle to grow here, but we manage. Long border, we've got the last of the daffodils just finishing now, and the colour in here now is being provided by this mixed planting of hyacinths, again, which has been up now. It's been a strange spring this year. We'd normally expect the first daffodils, the little tete-a-tetes that we've got sprinkled right the way along here, and we're so spectacular. This is the first year we've had that planting. They should have been over really well before the hyacinth colour started to emerge. The hyacinths are just tall enough to poke over the top of the foliage that we then leave in situ to re-power those bulbs next year. And what we should be left with then, after the bright yellow daffodil colour's gone, is this pale yellow from the primrose and the purple from the hyacinths. That was the planting idea behind it. Didn't quite work out. Depends on the season and a little bit of luck as much as good planning. What is coming into its own now are some of the later varieties of narcissi, and these scented varieties, these multi-headed ones, are absolutely fantastic. At this time of year, there's cut flowers, the scent just fills a room very quickly. It's an intense perfume that these give off. I think this could either be Winston Churchill or Cheerfulness. Not entirely certain what it came as. They're very similar in any case. Look out for either if you can. Commonly sold in garden centres as potted plants. These were bought as such and then planted out, and they will give you year after year a spectacular colour and scent if you manage to find them and plant them in your gardens. My bluebell patch here just to the side of those narcissi is a lot later than some of the bluebells we've seen in woodlands. We've just got the very first flowers just starting to show up, but just look at the damage I'm getting here from, I suspect, deer, possibly rabbits, but this is probably muntjac and roe deer coming into the garden overnight and chomping the chops down on these and taking the flower buds with them. They're probably going to be blind this year. This bed is absolutely jam-packed with reserve bulbs that will come and fill in, and I'm sure although it's going to be a little later than usual. I should have a good display of bluebells to show you in a couple of weeks' time.